All right, I want to talk about this game really quick. Let's give my first impressions. We played this game for about 5 hours plus already. We played only the campaign mode. However, we did take a brief look at the endless, the skirmish mode, and there's also the content creation workshop, which is nice, where people upload different sorts of stages for you to try. So, going into this game, I knew it was gonna be good, but I feel like the way that this plays, it's gonna appeal to more of a niche audience, even though this game plays a lot like They Are Billions, where basically, even in the campaign mode or endless and skirmish, you're pretty much doing the same thing. You have one generated map. It could be randomly generated or one of the pre-made ones. And basically, it's a real-time strategy where you have your citadel, which is the main base that you're supposed to protect from enemies. Enemies are just randomly across the map, or they charge you at night. So you have a certain amount of time every single day when you have to gather resources, build your forces, and all of the things. And then at nighttime, you defend things. It's exactly They Are Billions. So if you're watching this later and you're wondering what's the difference between this and They Are Billions, it's the exact same thing. The only difference is this game has much more emphasis on defense because it's more of a 3D precision building where you literally build every single block little by little, every little stair, and then you just move everyone around. So if you're just thinking, like, hey, if I want more They Are Billions, am I gonna like this? Pretty much yes. For anyone else watching, this is even though you can pause the game, you can play on story, very easy, medium, hard, extra hard. It's still a tough game. A lot of the stages are gonna take you forever to beat. Like, it takes you an hour plus to beat a stage, especially if you want to do all the optional missions on there, which you should if you're playing the campaign mode. But yeah, you have pause for. You can. It's real time, so time goes, but you can pause it and build at the same time. You get wood. You get what is it? You get wood. You get stone. You get lots of other stuff like oxygen and things via buildings that you make, and then you use those, and then you just build new units. You got archers, cannoneers, lobbers. Your main leader cannot be killed as well. Otherwise, you're gonna lose. Your character is much stronger, more range, more active stuff. If you play the campaign mode, you slowly unlock more of her abilities. But I assume if you're gonna play the endless mode or skirmish mode, you probably get to just choose which abilities to use, or you have to research them. So I don't know what else to say. It is exactly like those other games. The graphics are beautiful. It's in early access. I'm not sure what needs to be completed. I feel like there's a lot to be desired in the quality here. The UI needs to be a little bit more easier to navigate. You can absolutely reassign your hotkeys and things, but it should just be more natural. And I don't see this working with the controller. They might make it in the future, but it's going to be way more cumbersome than it needs to be. This is absolutely a keyboard and mouse game because you are constantly moving the map around. It's a 3D map, and you need to like really precisely put things down and manage your resources and micromanage your things. You can hover over everything. You can control one, control two, put them in different groups. One thing that sucks is a tiny quality of life thingy where if I put people in a group, I should be able to double tap to reach those units and it snaps. If it's a lot of units, I understand why not, but I tried using it on buildings and it doesn't snap to your buildings, which sucks because it's a big map. So it's also like a really fun architectural puzzle game. If you play the campaign, you have the defensive missions, but then you also have some of the fun ones in between where you're running around the map slowly getting structures and you are learning how to build and be more precise with like your stairs, how to use different supports to get around. This is a physics-based game as well, so if things get destroyed on the bottom, everything's gonna come crumbling down, and you can even destroy and hit enemy units. You have different traps. It's pretty good. It's a good game. It's just very draining. It is very, very draining. It's more so, way more so than They Are Billions. Like, if They Are Billions is like, think of it as more of an arcade experience where it's like really quick and fast. You don't have to worry about too much defense. Just build and drag everything around and micromanage your units. It's the same thing here, except you have to worry about how your units are going to get to a certain area. How high you have to build to make things stronger. micromanage even more resources, like even purifying, building 1,000,000 buildings, to research. It's crazy. Like, this game has a lot of potential, but it definitely appeals more to the hardcore audience. But it's nice to look at. The story is pretty fun. But yeah, it's a good game. You just got to know what you're getting into. I say if you're thinking about picking this up, you should absolutely watch some people play an hour or two, and you'll see maybe they'll do only 1 to 2 missions in that time, because it's a lot. It is absolutely a lot. I feel like if I'm gonna play this again, I might not do the campaign, and I might just go play and have fun in the skirmish or endless mode, because I think that's the reason I really love the AR Billions. It's just, it was the skirmish endless mode first, get the high score, and then they tacked on a campaign mode later. So it really appeals to me more to play that fun, quick arcade experience where you're sitting there for 2 to 3 hours. Like in the AR Billions, you're probably playing for half an hour to an hour and a half. Here, I feel like if you go endless in this game, it's gonna be like 3+ hours if you're good. It's gonna be that much. It's gonna be that crazy and long. But yeah, it's just this sort of game. I feel like it needs to be shortened for missions, but it's a lot. Like, there's so much customization here in the way that you can play. You don't have to micromanage. You can just build as much as you can and have like the best defense and all the traps you need, and you're gonna be completely fine. It's just you gotta manage, because every time a new night comes, it does give you that sort of insight, like, hey, enemies will be attacking from here in a vague amount of quantity, so you can assign your people beforehand, so you can still build as soon as they attack. You can still build. You just got to be quick before they get near, because you can't really build when they're there. And then you slowly run around the map, and then you grab supplies and resources, and you expand your creep around so you can build more stuff and get more resources, like extra wood or more iron around the map, and then you keep it defended. It's the same usual thing. So literally they are Billions, but it's a good game. So that's it. I like it. Early access. I don't know if I'll play it again because it's just overwhelming. I might just wait till it's completely done. Okay.